All right, so how do you fix a low sex drive? So the cause of low sex drive can be a bunch of different things. It can be non-age related, it can be age related, but in this video, I'm gonna show you ways that will help you increase your sex drive by getting rid of some things and adding some things into your life that will both increase sex drive and your ability to perform. Now, when we're talking about sex drive, we're not just talking about the ability to have sex or the desire to have sex. We're talking about drive. So drive, sexual energy, whatever you want to call it. Napoleon Hill had the comment or had this belief in sexual transmutation. So it's taking sexual energy and pointing it or focusing it into something else, a project, a piece of work, your career, whatever, achievement. So sexual energy, drive, it's this masculine energy that every man needs, no matter his age. If you want to do something, if you want to win, if you want to have lots of sex, if you want to make a lot of money, you need a strong sex drive. What's the first thing you can do to increase your sex drive? The first thing you could do is stop watching porn. This isn't a moral argument, though there are moral issues with it, the rise of sex trade and trafficking and all this stuff. But from a personal standpoint, when you get your brain used to seeing a stimulus and getting the same endorphin releases from that stimulus otherwise would be a physical action, you are limiting your body or your mental and physical desire for real sex because you can get it quickly and more efficiently and without less work from the visual. There's also things that you're gonna see on porn that you're not gonna do or see in real life, be that the way the lady looks or what you do with the lady versus what you do with the lady in your real life or how the lady looks in your real life. Porn essentially diminishes your desire for real sex by giving you the same endorphin release, the same chemical release in a quick and automatic fashion. There's another connection with porn. You don't get the same testosterone release from porn that you do from real sex. From real sex, you get a very strong release of testosterone. From porn, you get a release from testosterone, but it's a lot smaller. It doesn't compare to the same endorphin release or the physical testosterone release that you get with real sex. And the more you watch porn, the more you will not want to have real sex. And so watching porn is a real issue for guys and sex drive. If you cut out porn, it will come back over time, this desire for sex, but porn should be the number one thing you cut out. In short, over time, if you watch enough porn, you will become impotent, that is, unable to perform real sex. So just get off porn. Next, we'll go into ingredients that you can actually add into your diet that will help you increase sex drive. Number one is Maca. A study from Zurich, Switzerland found there's a specific libido boosting compound in Maca called p-methoxybenzyl isothiocyanate. It's found in the root of the herb and creates aphrodisiac-like activity in the body. If you didn't already know, an aphrodisiac is a substance that stimulates sexual desire, sexual behavior, and sexual pleasure. In other words, it takes any lagging areas of your sex drive and improves them so she thinks you're the best in the bedroom. And so you want sex more. Other studies that I'll put down below show Maca is especially effective in libido boosting and increasing performance for guys who train and generally healthy adult men. But Maca won't just give you guys who train a bedroom boost. Another study from Forlì, Italy, tested the effects of Maca or a placebo on 50 random men with mild erectile dysfunction. The Maca group experienced more frequent erections and better overall sexual health than the placebo group. Their social confidence increased as well. But here's the deal. In order to get the benefits from Maca, you need to be making sure that you're taking the scientifically proven dosages. I'll show you what those dosages are in a moment. That is, you need to be taking the clinically effective dose. A lot of Maca supplements will have just a little bit of Maca and not give you the full dose. So the third thing you can do to increase sex drive is lose belly fat, and this is insanely important. According to studies, there's a link between belly fat and how a man performs in bed, and the effect is so serious that it's possible having too much belly fat can cause erectile dysfunction, which is that humiliating moment when you get in bed and you can't get it up, even though your lady wants to get it on or so forth. Yet losing belly fat has been linked to improved sexual performance. For example, a 2-year trial studied 110 obese Italian men experiencing ED, erectile dysfunction, who sought care at a university weight loss clinic. Men from the university were randomly assigned to the study and put on an intensive weight loss program that included personal dietary counseling, exercise advice, regular meetings with a nutritionist, and a personal trainer. They met monthly with experts during the first year and bi-monthly during the second year, with a target weight loss of 10%. The average age was 43.5 with a BMI of 36.9. Intervention group consumed about 300 fewer calories a day and increased exercise activity from 48 minutes per week to 195 minutes per week. The men in the group had a better erectile performance at the end of the study, and 31% of the men in the intervention group had erectile function fully restored, while a sedentary group had only 5% restored. Another study from the University of Adelaide shows the same thing, that men who are overweight or obese have an incidence rate for erectile dysfunction, but that ED can be treated through improvements in physical activity and a reduction in body weight. Next is a powerful ingredient called horny goatweed. I've talked about horny goatweed at length before because studies show that this herb is packed with compounds that are a massive help when it comes to fixing a low sex drive. For example, an in vitro study that I'll show down below found that icarin, a compound in horny goatweed, increases blood flow downstairs, which is one of the most important parts of getting hard for sex and staying hard during sex. Basically, if your sex drive is working optimally, when the mood is right, your brain is going to send a signal to your body to start shoveling blood flow into your area, and horny goatweed helps improve that connection. Another study found that icarin inhibits PDE5 enzymes. The PDE5 enzyme creates tension in the tissue of your manhood, which prevents blood flow from moving south and filling up like it should when the time is right. However, because horny goatweed contains icarin, it releases that tension caused by PDE5 enzymes and makes it easier for blood flow to get where it needs to go. This effect from icarin is actually so profound, a study that I'll show down below, published in the Journal of Urology, was used against the Viagra company's patent that claimed they were the only ones who had PDE5 inhibitors in their formula. Making icarin is a strong, natural PDE5 inhibitor solution compared to the synthetic and potentially harmful ingredients in Viagra. Next is another powerful blood flow increaser, which is a large part of sexual function and sex drive. Beetroot powder. Like horny goatweed before, one of the best ways to boost blood flow and fix your sex drive is with beetroot powder. The reason beetroot works so well is because the nitric oxide released from beetroot improves blood flow, and a large study from Oxford published in Cardiovascular Research shows nitric oxide and blood flow are the two major components of healthy erectile function. All the major players in libido boosting supplements like Viagra and Cialis know this fact and include synthetic ingredients in their products to boost nitric oxide production downstairs. Beetroot does the same thing, except 100% naturally. And now some doctors are saying simply boosting nitric oxide with beetroot will make drugs like Viagra unnecessary. Also, if you're a guy who stresses out often or has high blood pressure or diabetes, increasing nitric oxide with beetroot will be a huge help in erectile health because it really does all come down to blood flow. A study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that for diabetic rats with a similar biology to you and me, 3 weeks of nitric oxide supplementation improved erectile health. This shows that even if your health is less than optimal right now, you can get benefits in the bedroom with a little help from beetroot. So there you go. There are 5 ways to naturally increase your sex drive. Again, sex drive is vital, not just to having more sex or having sex on command, but for achievement. The ingredients I talked about in the video are all natural, and I told you that it's important to get full amounts of these ingredients. Well, that's what we have in Man Greens. So we have your full dosage 1.5 grams of Maca, we have 1 gram of beetroot powder, and we have 200 milligrams of horny goatweed. So those are the full daily doses of those powerful sex drive boosters that you can add to your routine along with cutting body fat and quitting porn. With cutting body fat, add exercise in there because that also helps increase blood flow. And blood flow is by far one of the most important things. The one thing that's really important in there that we talked about with Maca is that actually increases desire. And we've got the full amount in Man Greens. So click the link down below, check out Man Greens. or to supplement those ingredients individually on their own, it'll actually be more expensive than buying a bottle of Man Greens, and we give the full doses in here. It's 100% all natural, super effective, and you're gonna love the product. But if you want to increase sex drive, do it for the sex aspect, but also for the achievement aspect. All men need high drive. That's what makes us men, that's what makes us winners, that's what makes us alphas or leaders or businessmen or whatever we want to be at our best. We need drive, and sex drive is the foundation of that drive to go out and succeed. So click the link down below. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up, and by all means subscribe to the channel. Talk to you soon.